So I've had so many credit cards in the past, and I have finally made the move and got, this is the American Express Platinum card. So for those of you who don't know what this card is, or for those of you who are familiar with this card, this is kind of like the card of them all within Amex. Of course, there is the infamous Centurion card, which is the black card, but I'm not quite there yet. So this is as much as I can get, trying to see what this hype is all about and is it really worth it? And I'm gonna start cleaning and chat about this credit card because I have things to do and you can come along with me and we can do all that stuff. This credit card has an ultra high annual fee. Just to give you some baseline details, this card essentially costs around $4.99 for the business one and $6.99 per year for the personal one. So that is a big annual fee compared to your regular credit cards that are either free or $120 per year. So the points that you get, let's say you got 100,000 points, and right now I am about 3 months in to the program and I have over 130,000 American Express rewards points. So one of the things that a lot of people ask is, what can I get with these points? Obviously, you can go through the American Express app and then you can redeem points that way for flights, hotels, products, things like that. But I would recommend is actually redeeming them and transferring them over to a partnership program. So things like Aeroplan points, Marriott Bonvoy points, you can transfer them to Asia Miles. So all of these partnership programs is kind of where the value lies versus within American Express itself, because honestly, when I go into American Express portal and I try to redeem my points, I get these ridiculous amounts of points required to cash out, versus if I had to transfer them over to, like, let's say Marriott, I can easily book a whole week of stay in Tokyo for completely free. That is kind of like one of the values of it with these points, is that they're very fluid, they're very flexible. You can basically transfer them however you like. But again, I would say majority of the points are great if you are someone who loves to travel and that you are looking for a great deal in terms of like hotels or like flights, for example. If you want to aspire to fly, let's say business class, 100% doable with American Express points. So that said, another travel perk, of course, is the lounges. So the lounges are great, if you have stopovers or if you plan on having a ton of flights happening within the year. It's great because you do get free access and you do also get to bring a companion with you. So if you're traveling with a partner or a friend or a coworker, you can kind of bring them into the lounge with you, which is absolutely great, especially if you have a layover and things like that. So access-wise, it's pretty great. Like, you do get to access Centurion Lounge, which is the American Express lounges, or you can visit any of the lounges at the airports as well. So that is another perk. I would say this card is only recommended, from my point of view, when you do have a lot of travel plans in place for a particular year, because a lot of the membership points and the value you get from this credit card is honestly geared towards travel more than anything, especially for those of us in Canada where our offers are quite limited, unfortunately, compared to the States. So I would say in that sense, only if you are looking to travel internationally, then I think it is worth it, because you do get the points that you can transfer towards flights. You are able to access all the different lounges, and if you have stopovers, and it makes it worth it because you can get a free meal from your lounges. You can take a shower at some of them. You can get there a bit early without feeling rushed and all of that. So those are kind of the perks, but I would say if you are there solely just to get the points, then this card may not be for you. And with the hefty fee, honestly, I really don't know if I'm going to renew it, but I do think that if you have been kind of like looking at various credit cards and what can you get the most amount of points in the shortest amount of time, then I do have to say it would be this platinum card here. What is so great about it is that you can get all of the points without having to tap into your second year annual fee. Tons and tons of cards out there that are, offered in Canada where you get a first chunk of points in the beginning, and then later on you get points in your second year. So basically you're paying 2 annual fees to get the full set of advertised points. So with that, you have to consider the cost, right? If you're doing like this credit card for $120, but then to get the full benefit, you need to pay another $20. So that basically is $220 for that full set of points across like 14, 15, 16 months, right? So you are really stuck with that credit card versus if you went with the Platinum card or some of the other cards where you do get the points immediately. So you front load it, which I personally like because I like the flexibility and knowing that, you know, I don't need to wait around for an extra like 10, 20,000 Aeroplan points or whatever points it is. So there is that flexibility. And the last question is, should you and your partner both get this card? So I would say probably not. Like just because of given the ultra high annual fee, I don't think it's worthwhile for 2 people in the household to have this one card. Just because like, if you think about it, when 2 people are having this card, you are literally paying like almost $1,400 worth of, is it $1,400? Yeah, you're paying like $1,400 worth of annual fees. Sure, you may get like more flights, business class flights and stuff like that. Yes, can it offset it? Yeah, but the thing is that like you do have to consider is, you know, are you able to find all of these flights? I find that these days it is really challenging to get bookings and at a reasonable rate. Like you do have to book like a year ahead to get these. So, I mean, at the same time as well, like, is it easy for both of you to hit $10,000 worth of spend in 3 months? That's also something to consider, right? We again don't want to dip into changing our spending habits just because we want to get points, right? We want to make sure that the points are working for us, not us adapting our life to get the points. So with that said, like maybe reconsider if you do have $20,000 worth of purchases within 3 months and you have a partner to split that with, maybe in that case, but again, you are paying a ton, and again, the lounge passes, a lot of them do come with a complimentary access to guest pass already, so you don't necessarily need 2 cards unless you do have kids maybe, then that might be the reason why you want 2 cards so you can bring them in. Like, is it worth it to get this credit card? And my answer really depends on whether you are looking to travel. I think if you are someone who is looking to travel internationally within the year and your goal is to rack up as many points within that 1 year without spreading it or crossing it over to the second year, then I think the Platinum card is definitely one of the quicker ways to rack up a huge amount of points in a short amount of time, and you do get access to the lounges and stuff as well. So I'm giving this card a try. This is my 3-month update with 130,000 points after just 3 months. So we will see where the next 3 to 6 months takes me, and I do have 2 trips planned right now. I'm going to Japan and also going to Hong Kong, which is also the reason why this card is working out for me, paired with the large spend and all of that. So everything is working in its nice little ecosystem, which is the reason why I decided to get it. So I also have a link in the description box below if you are interested in taking a look to see what the offer looks like. It does change from time to time, and I do get a little bit of kickback in terms of referral bonus points. But with that said though, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this is something you would love to see more about, or if you like the vlog style. I'm just experimenting at the moment. And that is all. I'm wishing everybody a great rest of the week. See you later. Bye.